This is something that I know you and I have discussed publicly for a long period of time. And I think a lot of docs are resonating with this, probably many listening that are just, quite frankly, tired of spending more for less. And there's always a hack, there's always an opportunity, and that always closes and it always changes, and then it's on to something else, on to something else. And I've just seen it over time. And we're friends with many people who run advertising agencies, and some of them are doing great jobs, some of them not so much, some of them in between. So it's not an indictment of that. It's more an indictment of, I'm going to say, or maybe not an indictment, but it's more of just an acknowledgement of the fact of there's a lot of chiropractors out there that are spending a lot of money. We're talking thousands upon thousands, quite often $700 to $2,500 a month in ad management. They haven't paid a dollar for the ad yet. And then they're doubling that cost then by paying for the ads, ending up somewhere between $1,400 and $5,000 a month. I would say is very typical. Probably $2,000 a month would be a low estimation of what the average chiropractor spends on new patient ads. And it can be super frustrating because they seem, and they are, volatile, unpredictable, and it seems as though it's a constant voodoo and magic, which is totally not true, but to be able to get them live and get something to do. And quite often, it's really a rinse and repeat from the advertising company's perspective without any real specificity and no connection to the audience. You're just running it at a demographic audience, meaning people within 10 miles, maybe an age bracket at most is what I see most of the ad companies running. So you're interrupting people in mass, hoping for a massively small fractional percent to take action. And then, of course, any place you're running these ads, those companies are they're typically ad-driven companies. When we look at Meta, when we look at Google, a preponderance of the money that they generate is through advertising. So they're going to continue to want to increase those profits, which tends to be the uphill battle of consistently feeling like you're paying more and generating less output. And, I think our perspective, I'm interested in yours specifically, is that ignoring the most valuable asset you have in your practice, which is your patient list, is just going to be causing you to spend more money for no reason, if we say it bluntly. And the other side of that coin is utilizing your patient list consistently, driving more patient reactivations so that you have a higher net momentum, or at least decreasing the stress of the numerator, the new patient component of that equation, is a really smart idea. Just from a business perspective, obviously from a lifestyle perspective, but there's a lot of docs. I'd love to just speak into the docs listening and to the docs listening around, hey, if you're tired of spending more and more for paid ads, there is another path. It's not instantaneous. It's not the sugar of the paid ad, so to speak, all energy that crashes the next day. It takes a little bit longer. But if you do something like communicate with your list over the course of your career, you're just going to end up in a far better financial position, number one. But number two, you're also going to end up just with a far better lifestyle and work-life balance, because you're not managing spreadsheets all day, every single day around, did my cost per acquisition go up? Did my lead to conversation rate? What's my conversation rate to schedule rate? What's my schedule rate to show rate? What's my show rate to conversion rate? And the bottom line is, at that point in time, I'll let you answer in a moment, is that many docs will look at that and they say, okay, well, I'm aiming for $25 to $50 per lead. Well, that's the first step. And then that's basically getting the information. Then you're going to communicate maybe with 50 to 70% of those individuals. So you just double that because you lost half. Communicate to schedule, you're looking at probably 75%. So now you can increase that cost by 25%. Your schedule to show is probably 50 to 75. So you double that again. And then your conversion, maybe 50 to 75%. So the bottom line with that, without getting super nitty gritty on the math, is your $50 typically can become $250 to $400 cost per acquisition very, very quickly. And I'm hoping for the best, because they don't know you, you don't know them. What did they respond to? Are you front loading the deal so that you're really you're losing even more money based upon time, based upon giveaway on that visit? And this becomes a real self-fulfilling prophecy. It becomes a snowball. And I think a lot of docs are feeling that snowball effect. Maybe they've been running paid ads 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years or a little bit more. and they're feeling that ever creeping compound stress associated with it.
If you want to make your practice easier, more profitable, more fun, and experience more freedom, then check out Patient Pilot's weekly reactivation emails to pilot more of your past patients back into your practice. Check them out at thesmartchiropractor.com.